Hello, Robots in Disguise fans, and welcome back to the AfterBuzz TV Transformers Robots in Disguise After Show. We are looking at Season 4, Episode 7, The Great Divide. And team, it's time to rev up and roll out.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I'm just grateful that I made it through the opening this week. I'm to be completely honest.
It was a little bit of a struggle last week.
I saw. It was
so good.
A glorious train wreck.
I mean,
it was also the best train wreck.
I was also induced with fever, so I mean, I was with you.
We've got a great show.
Oh, that's so nice.
The best thing to come out of the Bay movies are the Linkin Park and Imagine Dragons songs.
I was going to say, Bayformers didn't give us much, but they gave us really good soundtracks, and they gave us the jumping off point for Prime, which of course gave us the jumping off point for Robots in Disguise. So, welcome back to the Robots in Disguise After Show. Hello, everyone. Happy birthday to Kiki Elmer. We love you.
Happy birthday!
We are looking at Season 4, Episode 7, The Great Divide. So let's get cracking. I have with me Alexis the Wrecker Taurus.
I am back, and at 50% health here, so I'm working on it. But you guys can find me at ATaurus890, but I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, girl, yeah.
Especially because this episode was good.
Megan Lord Megantron Salinas.
Hey, guys, you can tweet at me at the Menguin. That's TheMenguin.
And Aww.
Okay.
Have a cute moment between the cons at the end of that table.
Duh.
Decepticons for life.
Yes.
Well, crap. I'm not. But I'm a Prime and I can take you all. I'm Katie Kia Prime Cullen. You can find me all over the social medias at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. We have a hashtag ABTVRID. We have a live chat that has about a dozen people in it hanging out. So hello welcome. We love you all. If you've got something fun to say, if you have questions, comments, Photoshop macros, because we adore those and y'all are just on your game for this show. Throw them in the hashtag, throw them in the live chat. You may well get a shout out. I want to start with Devoror, who is tearing it up in the hashtag and gave us a opening scene of Voltron where they're all in the Blue Lion freaking out, saying pretty much what happened with Ultra B this episode.
Yes.
I would concur with that assessment.
Yep.
Nobody knows what they're doing, but we're flying all over the place. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. So, what did you guys think about this episode?
It did not go the way I was expecting it to.
Yeah. That's how I felt.
I totally thought the entire episode was going to be getting used to the combiner form.
Yep.
I had no idea that they were going to do the type of storyline that they do, where a character, they get split in half, like with their
personality split episode.
Yes.
Yep. Did not see that coming based on the thumbnail for this episode.
Same. I was, as soon as we got that reveal, which I was like, whoa, that's different. Man, Strongarm is going to hate that. And immediately Strongarm was like, no, it's my worst nightmare.
I've had nightmares about this exact scenario. It's like, you have very specific nightmares.
But that was the first.
Nightmares or dreams come true?
Nightmares.
No, I'm with you on that one.
We just dropped the second speedster from the team. Now we're duplicating them?
Double the speedster.
I want to say this very much goes in step with what Prime did with these types of episodes of, here's an episode where you've got the one sentence description and it's the stuck together episode or it's the we're stuck somewhere else.
And you kind of roll
we do
your
this,
eyes
we
and
do
go,
that.
ugh, the kids show
episode
that I've seen a million times.
It's one of those, and then you kind of watch it and go, oh, this was real good. This was real good.
You know what it reminded me a lot of? It actually felt very reminiscent of a Transformers animated episode. And I mean that as a compliment. I know animated definitely has had its issues, but it reminded me a lot of the Starscream clones.
Oh my god. I was like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Because they all had aspects of his personality, and this is basically distilled.
Based on?
Don't ask.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me same thing with the Raven episode from Teen Titans, where the cyborg and them dive into her mirror and you see all of her different personalities. And I was like, I'm not ready for this.
And it's those tropes that we see all the time, but it's great to see them executed well and executed with a surprise. For most everyone on this team, I've had a moment of, oh, honey, let me hug you. finally had that for Sideswipe 4 seasons in.
I know.
Yeah, I like that this is coming off of the heels, a couple episodes later, but it's coming off the heels of an episode where we actually got to see him very insecure about his position on the team.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of puts that episode into perspective too, because at first I was like, do we really need to be having this episode? But watching this one, it's like, no, those are fears that are like an undercurrent of his life on a daily basis.
We've had him for 4 seasons. They helped defeat Robot Satan, and he's still just like, what if they get rid of me? What if they leave me alone forever? I don't like being alone. And it's like, oh my God, child.
But it made so much sense, too, because the fact that he's that kind of like Chandler personality where he uses humor and like sarcasm to like
Deflect.
Literally
to deflect the
and
pain.
push every pain down. And so it was really cool to see that side and him being so angry about it. And I was like, this is interesting. Tell me more.
Well, and then it brings up questions like, here's where we go digging into the lore book, and here's where I once again make a plea for the series Bible because I need it in my life. What happened to him when Cybertron fell? Was he around? How old is he? Is he newly created? He was picked up alone when he was on Cybertron. Obviously, he was just faffing around doing juvenile delinquent things. But how long has he been alone? Did he live through any part of the war?
Yeah.
Was he on his own when Cybertron fell?
Interesting.
Like, these are the questions, and I have no idea how much significance is not the right word, but like, how extreme are we talking?
I wonder if he came into being like during that period when Cybertron was a dead planet, like just somewhere off of Cybertron, so he grew up, quote unquote, never really having a home.
That would make sense. I
Yeah.
can see that.
Up until now,
Yeah.
when he's on Earth.
But that would mean that he was alive during the war at some point.
Yeah, so were a lot of bots, but that doesn't mean you're directly involved. Most of the fighting, I want to say most of the fighting took place on Earth, but that's just kind of where a lot of our main players kind of ended up. We have no idea where everybody who went back to Cybertron, where they're all at.
Yeah,
It's a big wide galaxy out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
still one of my things. Like, where is the original team?
Question mark?
Things that have been on my wish list from day one.
I can tell you that like if Ratchet is any indication, they are all scattered to the winds because the council on Cybertron is just like, yeah, we don't need you.
So how soon until Optimus gets back to Cybertron and just kind of does, political upheaval time,
And just start flipping tables?
like Jesus in the market.
Yeah.
Like Bumblebee and Fix-It call to like get intel or advice on something, and he's like, "Can this wait? I am currently in the middle of something."
Yeah.
I'm having a robot Jesus moment.
I'm having a discussion with the council. Table flip.
Yeah.
Just chaos in the background. It's like, well, I'm gonna leave you to that discussion. Is this anything like
Would
your
it be-
discussions with Megatron? No, it's slightly more polite.
Would it be like a Kylo Ren moment where like they like are like calming in and then you just hear all the noise and they're like, nope, 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 nope.
Like the
turn around and go.
The council's
And walk
3
away.
o'clock is walking up,
Yeah,
and they're
they're
like,
like-
I'm just gonna cancel my appoint.
And I'll just come
Go back to the secretary bot and be like, can we move it to a week from Tuesday?
Yeah, let's just wait.
I think they're doing something important in there, and I just don't want to interrupt.
Although Optimus is
they
way
had
more.
a walk-in, and
I feel like Optimus would do more metaphorical table flipping than actual table flipping.
So we just see into his head and he
because
actually
it's
does it?
it's Bay's like last night Optimus that would actually be like throwing a little temper tantrum with his sword. I don't see actual Optimus Prime doing that.
oh yeah,
so
Nick.
funny.
I love that we have Bay Optimus and actual Optimus.
Optimus.
Like,
Yeah,
two
there's a
different flavors.
distinction.
There's a quite a distinction with Bay
Cyberwolf
Optimus.
Fangal says, call in IDW Prowl. He is the king of table flips. You're not wrong.
I agree.
Oh,
There is
Prowl.
comic evidence of this.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, just getting this about Sideswipe and kind of getting the idea from the earlier episodes with Blur, but having this essentially inner monologue Sideswipe, conscience
Yeah.
Sideswipe, being like, we don't like it when she gets angry.
I
We're
love
angry. Wait, you're gonna keep me right? You're not gonna kick us off the team? Are we sure that you'll be here when we come back? Like, oh my god!
But
And
like,
you
as-
live with this every day?
Again,
Honey.
it makes sense. I mean, I know that like I've had qualms with Sideswipe and his attitude problems, but now I'm like, okay.
It's
I
one
see
of those
it now.
things where
I'm acting out for attention.
It's
Yeah,
not
no.
just arrogance, because for a long time I was like, why is he so arrogant? Like, this is so frustrating. But it's a lot of overcompensation for his own internal struggle, like his own perceived shortcomings.
Oh my God.
And I'm sure, like, on a daily basis, he has to remind himself, they're not going to abandon me today. It's okay.
Oh, I know. I feel so
I
bad.
woke up in the scrapyard and they were all still here.
Yes.
Well,
Like,
and
look how cool I am. Constantly reminds self how cool
well,
he thinks he
and
is.
that must be really like affirming for him, and it also brings in a lot of his ribbing of strong arm into context as well, because he says, as you guys said, he hates when she's angry at him, but at the same time, she's the one that he's constantly ribbing and constantly like trying to get under her skin. But like, for him, that must be like a wonderful thing every single day, because he'll initially like try to bother her, and she won't. You know, they're still there. They're still there the next day. So he'll poke, you know, the bee's nest a little bit, but they're still there the next day, and that must just be so gratifying for him, because if he has so many insecurities about being alone and being left alone, the fact that he can bother the people around him and they occasionally indulge him or like just straight up won't leave him as a result, that must be like a very fulfilling feeling for him.
Well, negative attention is still attention.
Yeah.
So even when it's just like, will you stop?
Yeah, it's
Like, just Drift having this, I don't want more. Can we not?
Please stop.
it definitely reminds me a lot of like that little kid mentality of like, oh, I'm gonna like push you and then run away, but we're still like friends. And,
Yeah.
Well, and that, at this point, that's how their friendship works.
Yep.
Is all the snark and the sass, and it's just, it's their rapport. It's how they do.
Yep.
I love it.
Just, I wasn't expecting emotions.
That
I
little
know.
smile that she gives at the end of the episode is just like, oh, you sweet baby angel.
I was
like,
like, I don't know
yay,
what
we're
this
back
means.
to normal, and every shipper out there is just like,
Yeah, this episode.
All I thought was heavy breathing the entire time. I was like, yes.
This entire episode was basically shipping
No,
fodder for
like,
the two of
it was a
them.
lot. It was a lot.
They were laying it on quite thick, but I'm okay with it.
yeah, dear God.
Either way, I'm happy.
Although I did love her getting fed up with them and just, I will roll you down this hill.
I
Please don't hurt me.
Okay, dear God. So even if they are friends, there's only so much sideswipe you can take at a time. And
Especially if
doubling that down and constantly fighting with each other is just like, ooh.
Especially like when Fix-It even brought up, he's like, okay, this could either fix you or we might have like 4 of you. And you're like, oh dear God, no. The panic, the absolute panic from Strong Arm. It was just like, it's okay.
Or we could have 4 of you, or none of you. Wait, what?
Oh, yeah,
I've done 100 simulations. And how many times has it worked? 13.
Oh yeah, 13.
Great.
Here
That's
we
a failing grade.
go. Yay. I love it.
But the question is it just the latest 13 that have all worked in a row, or is it just kind of sporadic?
I'm gonna say
because
sporadic.
that's different.
Sporadic.
By the way, kind of sidebar, can I just say that I love BS Transformers pseudoscience? It
Yes.
is like
Yes.
a hilarious
Yes.
and wonderful thing.
You were horribly irradiated, and then there was an explosion, and all of a sudden you have superpowers.
We've gone back in time to like the 1940s where radiation is the cause for every
Thank you.
magical thing.
Thank you. I was like, what is happening? Are we bringing that back? Are we making that a thing? It's not a thing.
It is now.
No, dang it. But like, yeah, I
It's
thought
only
it was
a
very
thing if
interesting.
you're Cybertronian.
Sure.
It's Cybertronian radiation.
It's Earth radiation affecting Cybertronian biology. I don't know.
Which, again, when we start digging into like Cybertronian biology, we start to get like uncomfortable, and it's like, guys.
It's like, what is it, that gif with like the equations just running around, and she's just like, oh.
Yes.
That's how I felt when Fix-It was explaining it. I was like, this doesn't make sense. Maybe the girls will tell me when I come in. I feel like I'm just, just right over my head.
It's
It's
Transformer
magic.
science.
I don't have to explain it.
Exactly.
Works for me. I feel better.
I do love the getting used to being a combiner bit. And Drift just like, ugh.
He's
That
so
is Drift's
grumpy.
entire life at this point. Is just, ugh.
Can I say though, I don't think that's how explosions work.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not
That's
even
why it was
close.
closest to the explosion, so it just split him in two, and now he's fine.
Again, there was so much
What?
magic. I was like, okay. Okay.
See, I would have understood if Grimlock had been split in two because he's the legs, and if you see what the breakdown is, he's the legs and the codpiece. He gets split into 3 different pieces, which is like, this is terrifying. How does that
I'd be
work?
okay with it because I'd be like, my grandma.
Why can't
Like,
I feel
would
my
under-
everything?
I would understand that being split in two. Like, okay, he's split in two when he's in the combiner form, gotcha, but it's just like...
Why sideswipe? For plot.
I feel like it was just specifically to give us this character insight
Yes.
that was set up early on, and I feel like, unlike some other, like, because I feel like season 2 was B season for
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
Season 1 was
Yes,
setting things up. I feel like the way things are going, this season is Sideswipe's season of development.
Yes.
I wonder if we're not going to... Excuse me, because we've got 20 some odd episodes, give or take. I wonder if we're not going to divvy it up fairly evenly among the rest of our cast.
Maybe.
Because we had a couple episodes getting into it. We've had 3 or 4 that have been sideswipe.
Sure.
And I hesitate to say culminating in this because I have no idea what's next because that's all they've released on the app so far, you guys. We're all in the woods now.
Several episodes that were just gifts to me because they had blur in them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And just
Yes.
coming back.
Yes.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we got a little more individual development for everyone. And
would
I
be
say that
nice.
as someone who is throwing this down and going, I want more individual development for Drift. It has been
speaking
a dog's
of
age.
Giant signs, all the signs. Please give Drift more backstory.
Just like Will Smithing it up here. Like, come on.
Drift's just like,
Yeah, exactly.
But you were going to say something.
no, I just wanted to point out since Katie and I, because your shirt reminded me of it, how we both did the Hasbro interview last year with the
Yes.
rescue bots, and Sideswipe says, we're not rescue bots or anything, and I was like, I'm an adult. Moving on.
But no, learn from your intern.
I do think that obviously that's going to also have some payoff because I don't think they would have so many rescue bot
course.
drops if that wasn't going to have some payoff later on.
Yes.
It could just be a fun little cameo thing.
Yeah, but I just don't want it.
Or like little Easter eggs for the kids who are watching RID who were watching Rescue Bots beforehand. But kind of going back to what you were saying about Drift. Poor Drift in this episode. The last, 2 episodes ago, they did so well with
He
what
did a
Drift
cool
was doing.
thing, and that's like his one cool thing for this season.
No, he'll get another one. It will happen.
This one he got
is what
stuck
happens.
under the weight of his own weapons.
But I love that it's like swords is what is killing him in this one because he got turned into a weapon and then he got betrayed by his weapons.
And then he's trying to lift up, and I'm like, no, just wiggle.
just
wiggle.
just dig into the ground a little bit.
Yeah, it
But
was strange.
hey, those who live by the sword die by the sword.
Correct.
Ah.
Correct.
After
Yes.
getting the flu for God knows how many episodes.
Yeah. Poor guy.
That's what happens when your favorite character is afflicted by Worf has the flu.
Poor Eric Bauza. Such a bummer.
Yeah.
I'm probably more upset about it than he is. I have no idea.
Again,
but
at least a couple episodes ago, they were like, not again.
No.
And he definitely drew the short end. He definitely drew the short straw when it comes to the transformation sequence.
Yes.
this guy knows swords. He could just be the sword. And
I'm actually surprised that,
sensory
I mean, I
anything.
think it's because of Grimlock's size, but I'm actually surprised that Grimlock's not one leg and that Drift's not the other one.
I know. I thought we were gonna go full Voltron with it. With like, we're all a part of it. But then I was like, wait, where would the sword
I'm
come
a
from?
leg!
He's gonna be standing like this,
That's all I wanted.
just like like, oh, that's not gonna be
You
how that
literally
works.
yelled out, I'm a leg.
Yeah, I was yelling a lot of things.
But yeah, I wanted it. But I mean, I also just loved sassy Drift with the fact that he's just like, oh, why is this happening to me? It was just perfect, I thought, for him.
It's been a hard few weeks for him.
Gonna bring this up because it just happened. Can we please keep the chat spoiler free?
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
A different country?
no.
Different airing schedule?
I don't know. I don't know if this is something that should fall under news and gossip. I hadn't heard it. And every time I ask people for links or it didn't happen, I don't get links. And so I don't want to be like news and gossip because I have no text backing for it.
Did Blur get crushed into a cube again?
No,
I'd
not
be
that I
very,
know of.
I'd be very
no,
bummed.
not that we know of. We're going to pretend like it didn't happen.
So, yeah, if you guys want us to announce these things or if you want us to be like, hey, this is confirmed or hey, this is a thing, get the link for the press release or for the story that's been published or something.
Yeah.
Put it in the hashtag because the hashtag is a lot more permanent than the live chat, and we will take a look at it and we will be able to talk about it the next week. But just throwing something in chat and then no text backing and no, I can't click on a link in the chat because it's not set up that way on my fun little iPad. So just, yeah, if you want us to talk about a thing, by all means, but throw it in the hashtag ahead of time so we're able to look at it and know.
Yep.
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 Yeah, that's been your public service announcement. The more you know.
No spoilers, guys.
Come on.
No manga spoilers.
I thought we left that in Attack on Titan yesterday.
You can do this.
You know what? What I was surprised by in this episode is that we get a little bit from both evil factions going on right now.
Yes.
Do, and I really like seeing Motormaster. Travis freaking Willingham.
Dat voice though.
I
thought of you
didn't
like
pick up on it the first
immediately.
time.
I was like, as soon as his voice came up, I was like, oh, I hear Megan squeeing somewhere in my vicinity. Where is that coming from? Did she follow me to work? What happened?
And me just yelling Travis freaking Willingham
Yep.
at the TV. I'm too big of a Critical Role fan not to be
No,
like,
and
yep,
then again, it was Megan squeeing, and then Katie going, yeah, in the background. I was just like, what's happening?
So you're just sitting down watching this episode, and you have like I just heard. It was as if thousands of fangirls cried out, and then we're suddenly silent.
Correct, because that's exactly what happens. Anytime I watch the episode, I have you and Katie next to me listening. Yeah, well, yeah,
no,
Katie.
we're both shoulder devils.
Yeah, I was like, let's be
You can
honest.
be your shoulder angel because you're the Autobot. I'll be
Since
the shoulder
when am
devil.
I ever an angel?
No, you guys have halos that are being held up by horns. It's fine. Just saying that when I watch Transformers episodes, or even Attack on Titan, you guys are the two that come up and go, hey, you ready to do this? You ready for
So
your
2
heart to be
weeks ago
stopped?
for Titan, were you just hearing Megan crying and me laughing horribly?
It was a rough day because again I was sick, so I was just like, guys, get out of here. Seriously, I can't handle your emotions right now.
So next week you need to come over and just watch it with us.
Yes, I just didn't want to get you guys sick.
so we can get the experience.
Oh god, it's terrible. Just maniacal laughing all the time. All the time.
And lately, it's just been weeping on my end,
Yep.
hasn't it?
Yep, except for this episode.
I just
Well,
scream a lot.
I feel
But
like
in
it would
good
go.
ways.
I feel like it's been going back and forth between like other shows. It's straight up weeping, and then for this show, oddly enough, because they brought Blur in.
Yeah, like I said, this is the only time where you squee in my life when it comes to the show.
Well, I'm so glad. Like, I had 3 shows that came out with new episodes this week, and I am so glad that this episode was not only chill but amazing.
Yes.
Because all the episodes have been amazing, but Attack on Titan was rough, and Red vs. Blue messed me up something awful. So it's like, robots had better be chill, or I'm gonna freaking die. And then it was an amazing episode that made me feel feelings, and I was just like, yes, I feel better now.
Talking about how amazing this episode was, like this was just kind of a thing. For this episode, the animation was top notch.
It wasn't
and
just me.
so fluid. Like the animation on the show is always really good, but you can definitely tell throughout certain points in the series where they have to cut corners a little bit because characters start to move a little jerky. The fluidity in this episode was so good, particularly during like Sideswipe's fight scenes.
Yep.
That
Great
stood out to
framing
me
too.
with him punching Dragstrip, and then the
So
one other,
cool.
the first shot in this episode that really stood out to me is Dragstrip stuck in the swamp, the Autobots coming up, and we do that panning shot that reveals the
Yes.
Minicon behind the tree, and that was just beautiful camera work, beautiful animation. I want to see the storyboards for that.
The explosion was beautiful.
It was.
Sideswipe punching drag strip in the face was beautiful.
And I always love when someone punches someone and they do 2.5 turns in the air before they hit the ground.
Yes!
We had that in Titan 2 weeks ago. We had that here, and I'm just like, this is my new favorite ridiculous combat trope. Is giant entities punching each other to do pirouettes. This is a very specific trope that I'm enjoying a lot.
Oh my god, I love that. But no, I was noticing that too because I think I have to agree with Katie. I think the pan was my favorite part because I was like, did we have a pan in any of the other episodes so far? I feel like this is the first time I've seen it.
Not like that.
Yeah, okay.
We've had pans before, but we
not like
haven't
that.
had anything like this.
A reveal pan is what I was calling it.
That I don't know. We've probably had
We've definitely had lots of
pans.
pans,
Yeah.
but like this one was
This
really
beautiful.
good.
And just this really great like show don't tell is such a difficult concept to get down, especially when your show is for younger children. They're smarter than we think, but people don't always realize that children are smarter than we think. So this was such a beautiful example of show don't tell. It's like the audience has seen this mini-con before. We know that it's working for Soundwave. So we immediately have that there is a third player on the board. The other two parties have no idea. All set up in one shot. And it was just like, oh.
Also, guys, we lost two
Decepticon hunters to Soundwave. The worst person you want to lose a weapon to. Again, and we talked about this a little bit while you were gone, but like Soundwave's imagination? No. Do not hand that bot a weapon where it goes, your imagination is the only... No.
That's like the worst way. I don't want it.
Just like that SpongeBob gif, and then the next part of the gif is just like people running away screaming. I don't know.
Jesus.
Like, I want some super ridiculous gif editing for this. What can Soundwave think of? Do we want to know?
I don't want to know.
He was Megatron's lieutenant during the war. Do we want to know?
The only person that I think ever had Megatron's respect besides Optimus and his trust, and the only one of his subordinates he didn't actively pit against other ones.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this one big guy. I don't like it.
Well, Soundwave is the biological child, and everyone else are the redheaded stepchildren.
Oh, God.
Which is a terrible thing to say, but yeah.
True. Yeah,
Megatron's that kind of parent.
He's a bad person.
He's a bad parent.
But I'm also really happy that Sideswipe was like, wait, let me go so I can check if I have it. And I'm like, if he doesn't have it, why would you? That makes no sense.
In hindsight, it's pretty cool that Megatron and Soundwave are voiced by the same person.
Yes.
They're both voiced by Frank Welker.
Yes.
And that makes a lot of sense. If Megatron isn't going to be a player in this show, it makes sense for one, he's the original voice actor, and two, it also makes sense to bring him in as probably the most devastating, I don't know, dangerous antagonist
level consequences.
Although not to...
I need that on a shirt.
Not to knock Motormaster, though, because he was pretty intimidating in this episode as well.
Okay, but Nemesis Prime brought this up in chat, and Nemesis Prime says, if we control the Earth's roads, we control it. Besides the ocean and tropical forest. And Cyberwolf and Cyberwolf Fangirl says, that plan is pretty flawed. It's like, because the second he said, if we control the Earth's roads, we control the Earth, and I'm like, air travel?
Air travel,
trains,
boats, walking.
Off-roading?
Yeah.
Just like the roads themselves, like I understand, but you also have to understand that you can't drive from Alaska to like Russia. You still need to take a boat.
Also,
I
don't think there are enough of you.
You can walk underwater.
I don't think there are enough of you to like justify saying you'll take over all the roads. Feel like that's spreading your forces a little thin.
There's presumably 5 of us. And that's enough. Like,
we're gonna hit up at least 2 roads each. We'll do it.
I mean, Megatron himself took over a corner of Nevada. That is all that Megatron managed to actually take over and hold for any chunk of time was a corner of Nevada.
To be fair,
what do you think you're gonna do?
To be fair, he did destroy the Autobot Bay.
He did, which was also in a corner of Nevada.
Yeah, Megatron almost killed one kid.
Oh no.
Good job, Megatron, for almost killing someone.
Snaps.
It's just all of it.
What do you got, Motormaster?
Two kids.
3. We kind of had him in the glass jars at one point.
True.
Like, that occurred.
Fine, I'll give them
3 kids. Like, seriously, a corner of Nevada.
But I did love that we got more of Maurice LaMarche in this episode
Yes.
doing his Futurama robot voice.
It was so
It makes me
good.
so happy.
that. Yeah.
We also had more of the poor nerd.
Yeah.
Which I know I said that I really liked their dynamic in the last episode, and I felt not as good about it in this one. Because I was like, now you're just picking on it.
It's like, this is less funny now. This is kind of.
Now you just
are
seem
you
like a
sure
bully.
You should be
I
running
mean,
with
I
these
kind
people?
of felt it though. Like, I know that their dynamic was really funny, but like at the same time, I was like, I don't
That's
like you.
really problematic.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like this.
If anyone's gonna defect from the Stunticons, it's gonna be Wildbreak.
Yeah, of course.
Because they treat him terribly.
They do treat him like
Yeah.
garbage.
We're having slight shades of breakdown here. And that, like,
Just tiny
well,
bits.
the people I'm allied with one notable exception, just don't care. So,
Oh, and we see how things worked out for him. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's dead now.
we made jokes about the one notable exception was interfacing with him, but then we just saw interfacing last episode, and we no longer have that one notable exception.
See,
Drag
Knockout,
Strip cares about Drag Strip.
Knockout and Breakdown had a great relationship because
God, yes.
they played well off of each other, and again, like there was like a mutual camaraderie there
Yes, yes.
with it's Wild Break, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Drag Strip, yeah, that camaraderie. We see a little bit of sassiness from Wild Break, but like
He was
that
already
camaraderie.
frozen earlier today.
That camaraderie pretty much doesn't exist. Or if it does exist, it exists in that, like, very mean older brother picking on the younger
Yes.
brother sort of way.
the stronger one and the satellite who kind of floats around them in hopes.
Yeah.
So that's
so
what we
sad.
have.
sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this poor satellite's just getting kicked around because we can, I guess.
Oh, so rude.
And even Motormaster's just like, he's pathetic. Like, thanks. Isn't he like your left leg or something? Don't you need him?
Don't knock it, man. Like,
Apparently, it doesn't matter.
whatever, man. And maybe that's just his way of like asserting dominance of like, I'm the torso and the one in control, so you listen to what I say. I don't know.
I don't know.
Just
I guess.
bad guys are
mark.
mean.
How do combiners work?
I don't know.
You know, I made the joke on Steven Universe, and you got mad at me because it's a kid's show.
Oh, Lord.
You know what I'm talking about. I think I'm not allowed to make it here.
Well, that's because you used an actual word. I'm just using euphemisms. That makes it okay.
Sure.
Right.
Sure
Yeah,
it does.
okay.
Yep. I'm just going to blush over here. Don't mind me.
Oh, dear God. And we also had... So, I watched this episode twice, and for some reason, this part of it didn't gel. Did we capture Drag Strip?
I think so.
Question mark.
He
Yes.
definitely got knocked
That was
out.
going to be my question, and I was like, I feel like I missed something.
We never showed him actually getting collared. We had that incredible punch scene. We had the, I will tell you how to rewire this so it stops trying to crush me into the earth. I don't want to go visit Unicron again. That was not fun. And then no one brought that up. And then we cut. Sorry.
I was trying to hold back laughter because I was going to do the same thing.
It's one of those nights, y'all. It's one of those nights.
Okay.
Tuesdays are great.
You were saying.
We cut to, we're going to put the two pieces back together again and pray that we don't make 4 or 0. And we never really wrap up the, did we keep
I
Drag
feel like we
Strip?
don't need to because I feel like if he escaped, we would have had to have seen him escape.
Correct.
I feel
True.
like seeing him knocked out, we can just assume, okay, yeah, they threw him in a pod.
Yep.
They threw him in a stasis pod.
I'll take
it's
that.
good. He's on ice right now.
He's on ice.
Which means he will be getting off ice at some point
Yep.
if we ever want to see the
Yes,
Stunticons
correct.
combine. Or they will grab someone else. Didn't
Are bots that easily interchangeable?
Well, didn't Legion of Spiders
toy
grab
versions,
Fix
yes.
It at one point?
He did.
Chop Chop?
He did.
Oh, crap. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And Fix It didn't have a whole lot of agency when he was an unwilling
Which,
left arm.
it's kind of funny because in that particular instance, that was definitely fitting a square peg into a round hole. It was definitely like, whatever, it's working now. Boom.
I need one.
You're my arm now.
The worst way.
Thank you, Legion of Spiders. How are you doing?
Oh, my God.
Good Lord. So I guess what I was going with there was, can they just grab someone else and graft them on? We have more than one speedster. We had a moment of, I can do stunts. Can I join? I hope this plan is working.
Oh, honey.
So-
Which, by the way, that was just so like, oh.
It's
I just
a
wanted to
little
hug
sad.
him. Just wanted to hug him the entire
so
time.
sad.
I feel like maybe not for plot, but for like character-wise, so we don't have to introduce another person, he's just gonna escape.
Yeah.
Is my
Oh, no,
prediction.
I was thinking, like, what if he grabbed Sideswipe or Blur or something?
Oh, no!
We just got blurred. Like, no, I refuse. I refuse to have this happen.
I will say, though.
Doing my best Gabriel Reyes shrug over here.
I will say, though, that you cast Maurice LaMarche, you don't have him as a bit character.
Well, no,
That's
he's already
my
had 2
opinion,
episodes.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I can't do it. I need it.
So at some point, either he's getting out or we're getting real weird with the interfacing.
Creative is the word I would use.
Oh no, at that point, it's weird.
Okay.
You really upset her.
They're the images. Okay.
I'm obligated once an episode, all right?
Yeah, and I haven't been here in a while, so I'm
Kind of
due.
am.
I'm overdue, actually.
Making up for lost time.
I'll take it.
Yep.
It's been a while.
Yep.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so do we have... Is there anything that we didn't bring up? Do we have any final thoughts on this? No?
No, I don't think so. I think we covered
It was
everything.
a fairly straightforward episode. A lot of moving parts, but fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
Real good.
Just want to emphasize again how uncomfortable I am that that Soundwave was able to obtain 2 Decepticon hunters
like
so
this.
easily.
I am over halfway there. And I'm like, would you say that you're 2/3 there? Is that what we're going for?
Like over 50%? Like, I don't understand. Over
There's
9,000.
no need to get.
Pick
He's like, there's no need to get snippy.
I don't like fractions. Over halfway is good enough.
Oh, we
And
do
this is
terrible
why
Soundwave.
I
love
voice
it,
Soundwave.
Because anytime Soundwave's voice comes up, I either get chills and I also giggle at the same time because it's just
Well,
so many emotions.
He only spoke once in Prime, and that was like a holy cow
yeah.
moment. It was amazing.
He just kind of made emoticons happen otherwise.
correct.
Yep.
Dear God, this episode.
Anyway.
It was good and we enjoyed it. We will do predictions in just a moment, so that is the cue for our engineer. So it's not like, wait, what? In the meantime, we want to talk to you guys about iTunes, as we do every episode at about this point in the episode.
Oh.
Y'all are wonderful. We adore you all. Thank you so much for everyone who has gone onto iTunes, who has rated and commented and subscribed and done all those wonderful things that help keep the podcast on the air and help keep the network going and help keep us making this podcast. You know, it's a PBS thing. It's support from viewers like you.
Aww.
And it really super helps us when you do that because, for one, our producers take a look at those comments and go, hey, people like them, so we get to stay on the air. And for another, if you give us a good rating, people who are looking for Transformers or Robots in Disguise or AfterBuzz or any of those fun search terms on iTunes, find us more easily because it bumps our ratings up. So yes, I don't believe we have any new ones this time around, but still, we appreciate all y'all. And for those of you, if you haven't left a comment, if you could do the thing, that would be wonderful. Thank you guys so much. We adore you. Yes, let's talk predictions. I gave you a warning and everything.
I actually have a few in the chat.
Go for it.
So Spencer Harris said, what if Soundwave uses the Decepticon hunters to make an enigma of combination? Did I say that right?
Yes, and I don't understand what that means.
No, I don't know, but I wanted to put it out there anyway.
The word enigma is fun.
Yes.
It is.
Soundwave is becoming Transformers animated Soundwave.
No, that Transformers animated Soundwave had a guitar battle with Optimus Prime at one point.
Yeah, that
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
And it was
Wow.
beautiful.
I don't see Kiki Homer says,
Yeah.
you do take it.
Okay, Soundwave will find Blur and put him in a trash compactor.
No!
Oh, that wasn't the one I was looking at.
That was the first one.
looking
I
at
was going to the second
what
one.
if Soundwave takes them and makes a Megatron because he misses him so much?
Okay.
Oh, poor baby.
Kiki, you stop it.
I'm getting this image of
Stop
this,
it.
like, Hey Arnold, the Arnold statue that Helga has in her closet.
Oh my god, and a bubble gum?
Yeah.
Shrine.
That's what I'm getting there with that one.
Oh,
like,
jeez.
yep.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. Yeah, we are completely in the wild here because
Yeah, there's nothing on the app at the moment.
Yeah, this is it.
I'm still as far as overarching stuff, maintain that Soundwave is the bigger threat than Motormaster.
Yes.
I honestly think we are building up to more rescue bots being brought into Robots in Disguise.
Yay.
Because again, we introduced Blur, we cast Maurice LaMarche in another role. Like, I feel like that, and we're getting more than one or two mentions. I feel like at some point later on in the season, they're gonna have one or maybe more of the rescue bots coming in.
my kingdom for a full-on Power Ranger style two-team team-up episode.
Yes, that was my
Possibly
prediction.
with multiple parts. Just sign me up.
That'd be nice.
Sign me up.
No.
Oh, I'd like that. But yeah, that was what I was hoping, since all the weird, like, poking, as you said, the beehive of, like, look at all this rescue bot stuff. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. I'm very intrigued to see how, like, now that we've captured, oh my god, why am I forgetting his name?
Dragstrip?
Thank you.
It's on the board.
Oh, is it? Oh, I can't see. I have a lot of hair.
Maurice
That's the
LaMarche.
reason I remember
I
it.
have a lot of hair.
Maurice LaMarche.
Yes.
Clamps.
Yes.
I don't know if Maurice LaMarche actually did.
I would like
clamps,
to, but I would like to see that escape. If it happens.
though. Oh, a jailbreak!
yeah, like
jailbreak.
I want another jailbreak episode. I think it'd be fun. Just me personally. though.
Especially if Wild Bray, what's his face? Wild Strip?
Wild break.
Wild break.
Wild
I told you,
something.
I'm having a hard time with these
Wild
names.
Bray.
I feel terrible because I for whatever reason I'm having a terrible time remembering his name. But if
Wild
he's
Break, yeah.
if he's the one to actually get Dragstrip out of jail, it's going to be very interesting to see if Dragstrip just goes back to teaching, treating him the way he usually does, and if Wild Break is going to be like, okay, whatever, or if like that's the moment where Dragstrip is like, you know what, you're all right. You're all right, guy.
Aw, that'd be nice. I
That'd
would
be
like
nice.
that bromance to come back.
I
The
only
botmance.
I only pick on you because I have a lot of deep-seated insecurities, and people would know that if my personalities got split.
Yeah, I was
up
gonna ask you, like,
into two different entities.
Has this
No,
changed your
I feel
preference?
like if we split Dragstrip, it would just be Jerk 1 and Jerk 2.
Aw,
Like, I really don't think. One would be the ambitious jerk, and one would be the jerk that just likes picking on people smaller than him.
rude. But
Absolutely.
has your preference changed of Sideswipe now because we've seen his more vulnerable, open arms?
I
side?
definitely
Just
have.
because I have more sympathy for him is not going to stop me from going, ugh.
Okay, good. I'm not the only one.
Inevitably.
I just wanted to feel better.
Yeah, no, I will definitely have a lot more patience with him now because I'm like, oh, you're just a sweet baby angel who doesn't want to be left alone. Oh.
He has depth. He has more depth than expected. I would be down for a backstory episode. I'd be down for backstory episodes for, literally everyone.
Literally
everyone.
Literally
Give me
everyone.
all of them. I need them. But yeah, it's like, oh, we have depth. That's great. I'm still mad at you.
Thank you. Okay, I just didn't want to feel like a garbage human being because I'm just like, no.
Well, again,
Just because we understand him doesn't mean he's not annoying.
Thank
now
you.
we just understand why he's
He's
annoying.
annoying. I'll take it.
a reason and an excuse are two different things.
Okay,
Absolutely.
He's not excused by his behavior,
So
but
much
now
better.
we just get a little bit more insight as to why.
Yes,
he
and
is
I'm
the
not
way
saying
he
that
is.
I'm like, oh, I hate you. It's not like that. It's more just like that little brother aspect, which I know very well as an older sister. I'm just like, I mean, I love you, but hate
Well,
you.
and Kiki brings up, think of how the words, you've been messing up a lot lately, must have felt.
Yeah. Dang it.
That episode's going to be a lot of fridge horror if we go back and rewatch it, I think. Like, oh, look at all those self-esteem issues.
Oh my god.
He literally believes they're going to replace him. Wow.
With the newer model that just rolled into town.
Yeah, he's new and shiny and just got a paint job and has nitro
really
boosters
excited to be there.
and idolizes their leader.
Yup.
It suddenly is it's way more understandable now why he reacted the way he did.
Yep.
Yep.
So now that we're all sad again.
I wasn't trying to, I swear.
Nah, it works. So yeah, we'll just have to see what comes down the pipes. I mean, I fully expect at some point a full-on combiner on combiner fight
Yes,
because
please.
we've set that up. I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it more than once. And I'm also expecting something a lot more horrifying with Soundwave working from the shadows.
Yeah.
Whether or not we will have a Motormaster and Soundwave alliance, whether or not Soundwave will pull a Starscream on that alliance. But like, I am sincerely hoping for Decepticons making alliances and breaking each other. Like, I love the ridiculous Decepticon politics, and I want them back.
Yes, correct.
It's been a while.
It has been a bit.
I'm excited.
It's been since Hungry Like the Wolf, and I miss it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Has it really been that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Again, I would love to see Troy Bakerbutt trying to wheel and deal with Starscream and a few other Prime Decepticons in the mix. I don't know if he'd get eaten alive or if like he'd actually do really well.
I hope that he would do well.
I just need him and Starscream. I would watch an entire episode of them attempting to play Xanatos Speed Chess.
Oh my God.
And at some point you realize that it's Tiddlywinks, and they're both just really into it.
I have no words.
I think on that note,
That made me really happy and sad all together.
On that note, Alexis, where can the people find you?
At atorres890. I'm on pretty much 3 after shows as of right now. No, 4 after shows as of right now. With these ladies on Mondays for Attack on Titan, which you will see my heart ripped out and thrown up with Megan.
Yep.
I'm on Sense8 as well, which is also another one where my heart is broken. Yeah. And then I'm starting on Sunday, actually I think this Sunday, on Winona Earp, which is a fantastic show if you don't know anything about it. It's badass ladies and supernatural thrown together. It's fantastic. So check it out.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm Megan. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Menguin. That's TheMenguin. I am also on a bunch of shows here at AfterBuzz, and I write articles for the Movie Chick. That's Chick with 2 Ks. Be sure to check those out. Be sure to also check out the latest episode of the Shadow Radio Recreation. Boom.
And I'm Katie Cullen. You can follow me all over the social medias and on YouTube at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. I'm still kind of stuck in the spiel that starts with Samurai Jack is on Sundays, and it's not.
Nope.
Turn is coming back.
Yay!
Turn is coming back in a couple of weeks.
Not long from now. The
Not
20th
long.
is when our show will be.
Yep, 20th, so it's going to back up to this one when that happens. And yeah, Attack on Titan and Red vs. Blue, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. I am also a regular on Twitch on, Geek and Sundries.
Yep.
Gather your party on Twitch. There we go. It's Friday nights. It's super fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
How do I know you'll be here when I get back?
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.